Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Well, who wants the lottery numbers? Do you want me to give you lottery numbers? Go on, get the paper and pen out. I'll do it for you. I'll make you all millionaires today. Just because I can't believe I called it. I called it. Exactly how I said it yesterday was exactly how it went down. And you know what's crazy? I backtracked on my prediction and I shouldn't have. And that's a lesson to all of you, is when you can feel in your gut is telling you something, just run with it. Just run with it. The moment you start thinking about your gut feeling, you're screwed. You're screwed. You're going to go wrong. Don't think about it. Just pursue. Action. No thinking. End of story. I called it. Yesterday, 4-2 was my prediction. And then I went, no, hang on, that's maybe a bit too much. Bit too much? Bloody hell, talk about bit too much. 4-2, it wasn't 4-2 by the end of the game. It was 4-2 after 40 minutes. 4-2, I thought the game was going to finish 9-6, if I'm being honest. I even put on Twitter, I was like, yeah, well, my prediction's gone out the window, isn't it? 40 minutes and it's already 4-2. This game's going to be more than a flipping basketball score. It's going to be a flipping, I don't know. What's more than basketball? Is there a sport where you can get a higher scoreline? Because that was proper basketball. That was proper end-to-end stuff. And bloody hell, talk about the way that went down. I mean, look, for the neutral, what a football match. Even for us, what a football match. I do want to start off with some praise, right? Actually, I've got only praise today, to be honest. There's a couple of things I do want to mention that we have to talk about. But I do have to commend Chelsea as a team today, yeah? Because we had one area where we were leaving ourselves exposed and we were letting ourselves down, right? And I'll get to that. But we were able to always respond. We were always able to bounce back. We were always able to take the initiative and keep control of the result. And I said it yesterday, we needed to improve our home form. We needed to get home form up and running. Well, I think we've bloody done that today. Because not only are the fans leaving the stadium, going home with a smile on their face on the result, I think they got their money's worth in terms of ticket. You know, ticket value, yeah, they went to watch not just a football match, they went to watch entertainment today. Like they were fully entertained. Danny Dubois, would you like to come out and say, are you not entertained? You know, can we get a bit of that, please? Because I'm sure everyone was absolutely entertained today. Would we prefer to win in another manner, in a more relaxed manner? Well, yeah, of course. But the calamities that we had at the back was recompensed, or we made up for it in terms of our attack, at least. Yeah, it was. So that's the balance that worked in our favour today. And I, as I've said, commend Chelsea as a team, as a unit, for keeping control of the game and getting the result in the end in the way that we did. Where do I start? I think there's only one place to start, man. I think we have the best player in the world. I think we do. Cole Palmer, you're something else, mate. You're something else. I know, like, I like to keep standards high, right? And I like to demand that our players are at a certain level. And I always stick to this, right? Because that's the least that we should expect from a club like Chelsea Football Club. I refuse to be plummeted to the mediocre levels. Like, mediocrity is not where I belong, right? Simple as that. I refuse to see my club at that level. And even though we've been, you know, not just dipping our toe, we've been there for a bit. I still always want to demand high things of the players. But bloody hell, man. Cole Palmer, man, relax. Yeah? We get it. You're sick. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. This guy isn't human. He's not human. You know? There's Cole Palmer playing at the level that I demand, right? There's most players, and then there's a few that are like, and then, you know, hitting that level, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then there's Cole Palmer that's slightly above. That's what I thought. Mate, Cole Palmer's up here. Like, you can't see him anymore. He's off the screen. Like, it's ridiculous, bruv. Like, someone put it perfectly. I saw a tweet earlier on. This nailed it. There's absolutely 100% guarantee that after this game, he's going to get drug tested. He has to be. Because he's not human. It isn't normal. The 4 goals today from Cole Palmer. And I understand, yeah? One of them was a pen. Cool, for the second goal. But, bloody hell, man. The first goal, we conceded first. But I'll get to that after. I want to speak about the good things first. Nico Jackson, and I'll get to him as well. Nico Jackson providing that assist, which realistically should have been a shot. It should have been him trying to take it on, but he did what was best for the team, and he saw the option, and for that I say well done and fair play, Nico Jackson. Okay, cool, brilliant. And then it was a tap-in, basically from distance, but a tap-in, and it's 1-1. Fantastic. Straight after that, we win the penalty, 2-1. Jadon Sancho decides to go on a madness, right? Gets fouled in the box, boom, 2-1. Wonderful. Minutes later, this is where I was screaming. I was screaming on my own, literally screaming, you know? I could not believe that. I could not believe that. I mean, David Beckham, eat your heart out. David Beckham, take a bow, son. David Beckham. For me, the greatest free kick taker in the history of the sport. Take a bow, mate. Because Cole Palmer, what a sublime free kick. And that wasn't 30 yards. That was somewhere between 30 and 35. I would say 35. That was a distance. It was far. That wasn't close. That was far. Puts it straight into the top corner. It was not, you know when it's top corner, but you have to say top bins. Like it's top bins. It's top bins. It's top bins. It's not like I got it around the top corner. No, it's top bins. It doesn't get more top bins than that. Yeah. So Cole Palmer, and then he gets the fourth. Again, Jadon Sancho assist. Beautiful instinct, right? Because we were chasing the gap again. Brighton scored. They brought it back to 3-2 ridiculously. I'll get to the negatives later, like I said. But Cole Palmer was like, screw this. Jadon, give me the ball. Bish bash boss smashes it. Bottom corner. Shut up. We get our 2-goal lead back. Yeah? And that's Cole Palmer. The whole game he was just telling Brighton to shut up. It's just, what a man. What a player. What a phenomenal specimen. What is his worth? Miz, the other side of the coin, posted earlier on saying that he's worth 250 million. I'll go one further. Do you remember when Eden Hazard was being like, when Jose had to try and give the transfer value of Eden Hazard, and he would say that it was 200 or 250 million, or was it 150 million at that time? I forgot. But for each leg, not for both. No. You want to buy one leg, like Cole Palmer? If anyone wants to buy one leg, that's 250 million, please. If you want to buy both, that's 500, please. 500 million, please. Thank you very much. Simple as that. So, overall, what a day at the office for Cole Palmer and for the team and for the way that things were moving. And I have to say, there were good performances overall, right? There were. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the defence just yet, except for one player. Cucurella today, what a clinic. Against his old club as well. And they were chanting all sorts at him. What a clinic. Cucurella, fantastic game. Fantastic game. Was everywhere and scored, but it was offside. I mean, that would have been hilarious. That would have been funny. So there's that. The midfield, offensively, I thought were absolutely fantastic. Yeah? Defensively, couple of hiccups. Nothing too catastrophic, but a couple of hiccups, specifically Caicedo. However, overall, in the grand scheme of things, they had immense games and full control on the ball. On the ball, full control. Jadon Sancho, man, he's really coming into his own. Man United were laughing when we bought him. I'm about to drop a Nigel Farage on all of you. So if anyone's not a big Nigel Farage fan, and I don't blame you, right? But if you're not, then just try and appreciate this for as much as you can. But Man United, you all laughed at me. Well, you're not laughing now, are you? You're not laughing at us now, are you? Bloody hell. I saw Saeed, he was crying that they had to buy Mason Mount for 60 million. And that we got Cole Palmer for 40 and we got Jadon for 25. Anyway, Noni Madueke. Okay, look, hold that thought. I ain't coming to him yet. I got to come to Nico Jackson first, right? Because this is going to be the transition into some of the negatives that we've got to really try and figure out. Nico Jackson, for me, wasn't a negative. As in, oh my God, you played horrible. Like, no, it's not that. He played well. You see, when I was talking about Nico Jackson, and I was like, you know, you're gonna have those days where you just put in like a good performance, right? But you don't see much, like there isn't much output. That was one of those days. But I do want to take it one step further. He did get the assist for the first Cole Palmer goal, and he done very well there. Fantastic. Overall, he was everywhere, and his placement was perfect, right? His runs were perfect. He done one thing wrong today. He was taking too long to shoot. Each and every time he hesitated. Hesitation was on steroids today with Nico Jackson. I don't know why. You could just see he was in his head, or he wasn't sure. Mate, the form that you've been on, you should be on it. I'd be willing to shoot from 20 yards out. Just inside the box, you get in, I'm hitting it. I ain't waiting any longer. He was waiting. Each and every time he takes that extra step, takes that extra touch, and then shoots. And then the defender's in the way, or the goalkeeper's close, or it's just not happening. I was desperate for him to score, and then he got taken off. And then the one good thing that I'll say about Nico Jackson, when he came off, the look on his face, you could see he was disgusted with himself. And I appreciate that. Good. I'm glad. I'd be worried if he wasn't. You know? And let me tell you about a striker, because I think this happens at any level. I've felt it before, because I used to play up front. I felt that before. When you have other teammates, you've won, right? It's a great day for the team. Loads of goals. And you've got other teammates that are not strikers, that are scoring, banging in goals, and you didn't even score one. You feel like crap, yeah? You feel like you're worth this much. It's the worst feeling. You're happy for the team, you're happy, but then you're looking internally. Now, you know the team are good. You're looking at yourself and yourself only. You're like, what the hell happened? Why haven't I scored? They're banging in goals. I couldn't get one. And this is why I'm sure Nico had that disgust on his face. I get it. I can only imagine at that level what it must be like. That I don't know, right? But the fundamentals, I get. And I'm glad that he's feeling that way. Because now he can reflect and go back and figure out what didn't go right. And the one piece of advice I can give is do not hesitate, man. You get a chance, you're in the box, you've just entered the box, you can see your path to the bottom corner. Hit it there. Just go for it. Go for it. We get it. We'll understand. Don't worry. You're a striker. You're meant to shoot. If there's one person on this team that we won't condemn for shooting the ball, right, unlike someone else, it's Nico Jackson, right? It's the striker. We're cool. Go for it. Whatever happens, happens. If it goes wide, it goes wide. If the keeper saves it, he saves it. But if it goes in, you're a hero. But if you keep waiting and hesitating and then you go for it, then you look like you don't know what you're doing. So I really, really hope Nico can reflect on this one, because it wasn't a bad game, but he wasn't a killer today. He needs to be a killer. So let's see what happens. Now, the other geezer, Mudryk, man. The one guy I don't want shooting. And you know what? It looked like he learned his lesson. When he passed it square and Sanchez scored and it was offside, right? And then what happens? He gets another opportunity. He's coming in the box. He's got three options. Not just Jackson on the far post, but he's got Enzo that managed to leave his marker. He's literally like, cool, I'm here, give it to me. Noni cuts in. Oh, let me have a little attempt at that bottom corner over there and see what will happen. Oh, whoops, I fluffed it. Again, you can't be selfish. Look at Sancho. No selfishness. He's there to provide assist. And when it does come on a plate for him, of course you go for it, but it's on a plate. And if you don't have any options to pass through, then you can think about going alone. But when you've got other options, mate, think of the team. We don't need to keep repeating this about Mudryk. What's going on? Now, Maresca, listen, actually, you know what? I'll leave that to the end. But I will say this. When he brought on Neto at the time that he did, I was clapping. So that's that. Now, defensively, we got an issue. Yeah? And that issue is Sanchez. And to be honest, look, I'm still not convinced with the centre-back pairing. I need to see Tosin on the pitch. I'm still not convinced. And like I've said, for Fofana, for me, no, it's not. I don't feel good. I'll be honest, I don't feel good. Yeah, it's a good player there, but look, honestly, I feel more secure defensively with Toss in there. And Sanchez, look, Sanchez is a weird one. Sanchez is actually a really good shot stopper. We saw it today. He is a good shot stopper. But the one thing we bought him for, which is to play with his feet on the ball, he can't do. We might as well have just kept Petrovic then. What a surprise. This is ridiculous. What's going on? We need a goalkeeper. Let's not kid ourselves. Look, if we're going to be adamant about playing with the ball out of the back, which at times isn't necessary, but if we're going to do that, we need to have a goalkeeper that knows how to play with the ball. Yeah? This isn't it. This isn't it. This is not it. It's just not it. It's simple as that. There's way too many errors, way too many mistakes. Sanchez thought he was Superman coming out for that first goal. And I have to also be honest, because we ramble on about height, don't we? Well, Fofana, Colwill, these guys are there. And who was the geezer that scored for Brighton? Rutter. Rutter's literally running up going, yeah, no problem, I have this. No one's coming up with me. Okay, no problem. Boom. Gets walloped in the face for it. And I've been there before. Trust me, it's a funny story. When I saw that goal, I laughed. Because I remember being a kid. And I remember scoring a header. And I got kicked in the face at the same time. And I'll tell you why I remember that. Because that was September the 11th, 2001. That was 9/11, yes. I got kicked in the face on the day of 9/11. Yeah. And I remember I scored that header. It was a goal. But I got kicked in the face. And I went home with a busted lip. Now, Rutter done the same thing today. He done the same thing. And I'm like, that's a great header, don't get me wrong. But how is he getting up there without anyone stopping him? And Sanchez comes out thinking he's Superman. He doesn't have to come out because he ran out, I don't know, like what, 10 yards out of his line? Well, there was no point. Just calamity of the defending overall. It was an absolute calamity, and Sanchez included. Now, thankfully, like I've said, we rectified all of that. The reaction was there, and that's what I was looking for. The team, I was like, listen, we've gone down early. I need a reaction. Well, bloody hell, we got one. Because they scored in the 7th minute, and by the time it hit the 28th minute, we were 2-1 up. 31st minute, we were 3-1 up. 40 minutes, it was 4-2. This is ridiculous. So, look, overall, that's that. Now, I will talk about Maresca. Those subs, and just the approach, you can see tactically, because Brighton were doing something suicidal today, yeah? That high line in the first half got me high, yeah? That high line was so high, I felt high. It was stupid. I was like, hang on, Big Ange, is that you? Like, did Tottenham lend you their manager for today? What's going on? Like, ridiculous high line. And Chelsea were able to exploit that no matter what, but that's Maresca's doing. An easy tactical shift, boom, do this, execution. Boom, 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 boom. We're scoring goals like it's nothing. Overall, the approach, phenomenal. The response, phenomenal. The attitude of many of the players, phenomenal. As well as his substitutions, phenomenal. Taking off Madueke with half an hour to go and bringing on Neto, that's when I was like, Maresca, you and me are starting to get along. We're starting to get along really well. Really well. I'm starting to like him. So there's that. 20 minutes in, he manages to bring on Vega, right? For Cucurella, who had a fantastic game. Cool. Little bit of depth. Can use it. Why not? We've got Conference League midweek, so we've got to think about that. And then he also brings on Mudryk for Sancho with 20 minutes to go. We're 4-2 up. No pressure. Great sub. Like I mentioned, there is going to be opportunity for Mudryk to show us what you can do, And this is the perfect game. It's a Premier League game. We're 4-2 up. There's a 2-goal cushion. You've got no pressure. We've got control of the game. Mate, what more do you want? And then I see Maresca yelling his face off at Mudryk because Mudryk's not doing things correctly. I mean, Maresca, simple as that. Simple as that. And then he takes off Nico Jackson. That's when you can see that he was a little bit wound up. But he did get the chance from Nkunku to come on and see what he could do. As well as bringing on Lavia for those few minutes, manage his return because Lavia did have an injury. He needs to be warmed up back into the playing, back into the rhythm, back into the way of playing. So for 10 minutes coming on is good for him. Plus stoppage time, I think, 6 minutes added on. So he got 15 minutes or so. That was good. So the management, the in-game management overall from Maresca, for me, was top class. Top class. So, and I also want to state one thing. Do you realise how Chelsea were not so urgent in the second half? It wasn't so like, oh my God, we got to keep up this insane basketball rhythm. It was a case of bring the tempo down a bit. Just keep control of the game. Manage the result. And we did that. And that's kudos to Maresca. So, overall, very happy because we needed a win like this. We did beat Brighton in this fashion, their first loss of the season. We go up into third. It would have been second, but Arsenal decided to score 2 late flipping winners. Just ridiculous. They conceded 2. It was 2-2, and then 94th minute, Trossard scores, and then 99th minute, Havertz scores. So they win their game, which means that they're still above us by a point. But Man City drop points. No Rodri, no party. And that means that Man City are on 14 points, Arsenal on 14 points, Chelsea on 13 points, and Liverpool still have to play. So hopefully they can drop points. Liverpool have got to play Wolves away. It's not looking good, to be fair. I think Liverpool will win, but you never know. So Chelsea are in a good place, and the home form might be beginning. So fingers crossed it is. We're on a nice little run now. Let's keep it up. Let's see what happens. Next week, Nottingham Forest, if I'm not mistaken. Good fixture. Good opponent. Let's do it before we start playing the big boys. Hopefully confidence is sky high by then. So let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Notification bell on, as well as the socials on screen and in the description for all of you. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Thank you so much, people. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you think of the game as a whole? And like I've said, if anyone wants lottery numbers, just, let me know. And I'll see how many more predictions I can get. I'll see you lot tomorrow. Have a good one, people. Take care and peace.